Hello everyone. As part of my art integrated project in physics, the topic I've chosen is science behind skiing. The reason I've chosen this topic in physics is because Himachal Pradesh is parent state for Kerala, and in Himachal Pradesh, skiing is one of the major sports activity. What is skiing? Skiing is the action of traveling over snow on skis, especially as a sport or recreation. There are various types of skiing, such as alpine or downhill skiing, cross country skiing, freestyle skiing, snowboarding, off piste skiing, telemark skiing, and adaptive skiing. Physics of downhill skiing. There are two types of forces act on a person while skiing: internal forces and external forces. Internal forces are forces due to musculoskeletal movement of the skier. External forces are due to gravity, friction, and reaction forces from the snow. External forces. The acceleration down the hill by gravity converts the gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy. Ideally, all of the potential energy should be converted to kinetic energy, but some of the energy is lost as heat due to friction. Two types of friction act upon a person while skiing: kinetic friction and air resistance. Kinetic friction is between skis and the snow. The force of friction acts in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, which results in the lower velocity and hence less kinetic energy. Air resistance or drag. As the name suggests, this is the friction acting on a skier due to resistance by air. Drag reduces the velocity of the skier. The drag force is proportional to the cross-sectional area of a body, the square of its velocity, and the density relative to the fluid in which the body is traveling through. Drag is represented by a mathematical formula: Fd is equal to half c rho av square, where c is the drag coefficient, which can vary along with the speed of the skier, but typical values range from 0.4 to 1.0. Rho is the density of the air. A is the projected frontal area of the skier perpendicular to the flow direction, that is perpendicular to his velocity v. V is the velocity of the skier relative to the air. Reaction forces. It is the force from the snow when a skier takes a turn. This force causes the skier to change the direction, which throws the snow on the sides of the ski when moving, which is also perpendicular to the ski. How friction can be reduced? Kinetic friction can be reduced by applying wax to the bottom of the skis, which reduces the coefficient of friction. Waxes are made for different temperatures based on the quality of snow. Drag can be reduced by different body postures. For example, to go faster, a skier can try to reduce the cross-sectional area of their body or by reducing his projected frontal area. Choosing race suits for skiing may reduce the drag. Also, increasing the mass of skier results in less drag force. Greater mass means greater force of gravity acting on a skier makes the magnitude of drag force lesser. Newton's laws and skiing. Newton's first law is stated as: an object remains in a state of rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. One way skiing is affected by this law is by just going straight. Since the skier is starting at rest, he would stay at rest if not for gravity pulling him down the slope. Once he is moving, he must increase the friction between his skis and the snow to slow or stop. Another way is if he goes off a jump, gravity will pull him down instead of staying at that velocity. Second law of motion is stated as: the acceleration on an object is proportional to the total force on the object, which is often known as F is equal to ma. If a skier turns his skis so that they are bit off to the side, the force of friction on the snow will be much greater than if he is going straight down the mountain. This will reduce his net force and cause him to have less acceleration. Also, if a skier pushes with his poles, the force of the poles will cause the skier to accelerate. The third law of motion is stated as for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Whenever a skier turns, the action is the change of direction of force. The reaction is the snow spraying in the opposite direction. Pushing with the poles is another good example. As the pole's force is going backwards, the snow pushes back and the skier accelerates forward. Also, if someone hits a tree, the force of the skier is pushing on the tree and the tree pushes back with the same amount of force. With that, we come to the end of the presentation. I thank everyone for giving me the opportunity for such a wonderful learning experience. Thank you.